from the heart of America in Chicago, Illinois. It's time for Roker Radio with Al Roker Jr. And now, Al Roker Jr.
How you doing, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Roker Radio. Al Roker Jr. Give me a yay, yay! Yeah, yay! Here at Sheffield's once again, 3258 North Sheffield. Sheffield and School on the north side. Sheffield just north of Belmont. Please stop on by. Great beer selection, great barbecue, great people, great staff. You won't regret it. Trust me, it's awesome. Here with my boy Dano. Welcome back once again.
Yeah, bro.
Kev.
Hello, hello, hello.
And Roosh.
Welcome.
We're back again. We've had a lot of fun. We're going to have more fun. But what I want everyone to know is that these guys are a band. And the band is called Signal the Launch. Their latest EP is out right now. It's called Dance Like a Vampire. And it was produced by the world famous Steve Albini, who's now, I don't know if he's producing CDs and LPs more than he's playing poker now, because he's now a professional poker player. But if you know Steve Albini, he doesn't work with garbage, my friends, and he has been working with Signal the Launch. Dano, tell me about what that experience was like.
Shit, Roke, it was phenomenal. I mean, you heard the stories with him and all the punk bands from the scene.
Well, tell everyone some of the people that Steve Albini has worked with over the years.
Oh, shit, man. He did I don't know. It was a lot of local bands, but a lot of, punk bands, which I'm not a huge fan of the punk scene, but he did Nirvana. I mean, he did some of the greatest Nirvana songs on the planet. He did In Utero.
He did do In Utero.
Which was their last album. And Kurt, okay, so Steve Albini wrote a letter that basically professed his love for wanting to record the band, because he said, hey, I'm not a suit. I'm going to record you. I don't want a percentage of your album. I want a flat fee. I want to record you because of your sound.
Which is ridiculous. If he had asked for a flat fee for In Utero, he would not have to work again a day in his life.
So Albini worked with a lot of local bands, like Dano said. Naked Ray Gun was a good one.
I know he's worked with Jeff Tweedy. He's had to work with Jeff Tweedy.
He worked with Cheap Trick a lot too. And then his own band, Shellac, man. He's got a killer band, man. He is.
So what did Steve Albini say about you guys as he was recording you?
Listen, man, you set up shop and you just hope that he doesn't just want you to suck. So we were impressed that we set up shop. We started going through our rehearsals. We didn't need a lot of takes. We ended up doing 2 songs, 1 day, mixed and taken care of. That's kind of uncalled for. Typically, it's a day per song. And so when we set up shop, he's like, hey, man, what do you guys want to do? A lot of bands set up. They set up the appointment with them. They're like, well, we want to record 6-7 songs. And that's that's not realistic in the studio. It takes a couple hours to set up the drums, to set up the guitars, set up the bass. By the time you're done, you better be fucking rehearsed. And that's what we did. We literally rehearsed the same 2 songs over and over and over again for about 3 months. That's all we did, was 2 songs over and over and over again.
Well, you guys rehearsed like a motherfucker, and I've seen you guys tight as fuck, and I know you're going to do a little something for us a little bit later in the show. But for someone who's never heard of you or never heard of your music, how would you describe Signal the Launch? How would you describe your music?
You know, it's 60s meets the 2000s, you know what I mean? It's like we love that classic rock sound, but we want to blast it into the new millennium, you know what I mean?
We started doing like improv, like Pink Floyd, acid rock, blues, and more blues. Blues, and more blues. Listen, we're from Chicago.
So are you more bluesy or are you more rocky?
We're blues. The beginning is blues. We're more rock and roll.
Wait a minute, they're both shaking their head.
Roke, to answer your fucking question, we're very blues influenced because we're from Chicago. But who do we sound like? It's as if, okay, I'll explain like this. It's as if Curtis Mayfield banged a chick that was in Queens of the Stone Age that, like, had a brother who was really into Black Sabbath. So we're very punkish. We're very rock and roll 60s edge.
Well, that sounds very unique to me, quite frankly.
Funky. I mean, listen, man, I love Jaco Pastorius. I love James Jamerson. I love that 60s, 70s R&B. Like, as a bass and drums, like, rhythm section, we're funky as shit.
Well, that's a good question, and you bring it to me, and I'll ask it to all three of you. So give me 2-3 people who are your biggest influence.
Oh, my God. So it's kind of fucking far-fetched, but, like, number one is Les Claypool. Funky bass player, very, like...
Dano plays bass, by the way.
I play bass, so it's like Primus. Primus is, like, a big fucking influence in my life. But also,
so when we snuck into that Primus show a couple of years ago, you were in heaven.
I was in heaven. Like, get me front row for Les Claypool. But then, like, I'm a huge Pearl Jam fan, but if you're talking about bass players, it's Les Claypool, James Jamerson, and Jaco Pastorius. I cannot ever get to their levels because they are my messiahs in the bass world, but okay, another person is actually Jack Bruce from The Cream. If you mold me into a tenth of their fucking intellect and their triumphant intellect in the bass world, I would be happy.
Kev, who are your influences in music?
Well, you know,
and you're a music teacher, by the way.
It's true. I've found myself...
Is it Fall Out Boy? Because that's what's playing in the back. Are any of you going to mention Fall Out Boy? Because they're taken.
Well, it could be because they're cool. You know, they got their own niche in Chicago, and we'll support any Chicago band that puts Chicago on the map, right? Because that's our heart and soul, Chicago. And we learn from all the Chicago scenes.
But if I had to say, give me one or two your main influences, who would they be?
All right, so if we go back into deep Chicago, you got the blues scene, right? And Chess Records, you got Mitch Mitchell with the Jimi Hendrix Experience, you got Ginger Baker with The Cream. And we move through the decades, right? It's like, oh, who do I pick? You know, I got some avant-garde guys like Bill Bruford and King Crimson. But then I move forward into the 90s, which I love, the Soundgarden scene, Pearl Jam. I mean, it's just so hard to pick. But, you know, you got Matt Cameron. And you know,
well, let me ask Roosh. Now, Roosh, if you listen to our last show, he's had many concussions. So we'll see if we can get him to concentrate just for like 30 seconds. Who are your major music influences?
Okay, the first ever influence ever was Elvis. Elvis was the best singer. He had the best band. He had the best ever singing band.
A month ago, we were at your crib drinking, and we just started singing Elvis songs together. we're doing shots and singing Suspicious Minds and shit. Yeah. So we both have an affinity for Elvis. So really, Elvis, it was an inspiration to you. Who else?
All right.
I gotta tell you. Hey, fuck off! Before you continue, this guy won like third grade and eighth grade awards for talent competitions because he sang Elvis songs. Like, he literally has trophies for singing cover songs of like "Love Me Tender" and "Blue Suede Shoes." All right, go on.
That's awesome.
All right, listen. When I was little, I had to go and do theater. Okay, I had to learn lines. I had to be Jesus. I'm saying. Okay, everyone knows that Elvis was the king of rock and roll. But no one wants to know about like Chuck Berry, and no one wants to know about like all the guitar stuff that Elvis was influenced by. But I gotta tell you this. If it wasn't for Elvis, he had a great band. His band was awesome. His band was the greatest band. Listen, the best band was Elvis's band. Okay.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about Elvis's band. Is almost like the bands that were from the 60s and 70s, which were the studio musicians that Glenn Campbell was a part of. They're like these were the best musicians in the world, and they would play on all the Chess records, or they would play on all the Motown songs, or whatever. He had a really, really tight band. So wait a minute. So your band is a mix of Primus, Elvis, and what'd you say? And Creed?
No.
No, what'd you say? You said don't. What'd you say?
I said.
Oh, Cream.
I said Matt Cameron of Soundgarden.
Soundgarden. Okay. So, and if you guys will indulge me a little bit later in the show, if you will go back into the studio and play a little something for me, play a little something for the show, I would really appreciate it. So, do you have a website? Do you have your EP that Steve Albini did for you? It's out. Where can people get this music? Where can they hear it? Where can they buy it?
Thanks, Roke. Hey, so everything's basically through our website, www.signalthelaunch.com.
One more time, Signal the Launch.
SIGNAL the LAUNCH.
Are you saying that my listeners can't even fucking spell?
Man, I don't know. I think Twista's rapping above us. Chicago rapper, phenomenal. I know.
He used to be Tongue Twister. Back in the day. Twister. Just like Common used to be Common Sense back in the day. Now he's Common, yeah.
Twista's like performing in Arlington Heights now. It's like it's fucking.
Well, what's wrong with Arlington Heights?
Nothing, but whatever. But I love Twista.
A lot of trim in Arlington Heights.
So Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at Signal the Launch, all one word. Come check us out. We're on Spotify. We're on iTunes. Come to our website, www.signalthelaunch.com. Rogue, thank you for all the fucking support. You always come by the shows. We're going to get your ass on stage. But, no.
I'll sing Duran Duran and shit.
Bro, you can sing Duran Duran. You can sing Rick Springfield. I know all the shit you like. It's all right, man. We'll get it right. But truth of the matter is, we got everything running through our website. Check out our website, our Instagram. We got a cool new video coming out by @Z, as in zebra, Spang, SPANG.
Well, I think it's out now. By the time this airs, it's out. So, what is the video for, and where can people see it?
Yeah, bro, we're super excited. We have a kick-ass video by our fucking photographer/videographer.
No, he's hammered. That's all right.
He's right here. He's getting hammered. You did the video. What do you think? You did the video first. All right. Long story short, it's
Please.
It's out now. It's based on fucking Nosferatu, the movie, and the movie. The song's called "Dance Like a Vampire." It's very old school bass with a modern twist. Zach basically put the whole fucking song verbatim onto film. I get the chills every time.
Where can people find this?
Bro, okay, so check it out. It's going to be on our Instagram, on our Facebook, but on our website and YouTube. So YouTube, on your YouTube, look up Signal The Launch, and you will find the video, or check out our website. Roke, you got a snapshot of it. What'd you think?
I thought it was great. I'm still waiting for my fucking T-shirt for about 3 months now. It's like, oh, I got your T-shirt. We made you like a 3X. I got your T-shirt. Got your T-shirt. I got nothing. I got dick. I got nothing. So I'm still waiting for my Signal the Launch Dance Like a Vampire T-shirt. So will you do me a favor, and at the end of this, will you do a song for us so people can hear you?
Yeah, we'll do the EP for you. So we got a song called, obviously, Dance Like a Vampire. It's not J-Lo that's in the background, but we got a kick-ass rock and roll song that's like the Black Keys meets Black Sabbath. It's called Derail. So we're going to do those 2 songs for you. Is that cool?
That sounds good. Can't wait to hear it. Now, before we get into that, I want to ask you guys a simple question. And I want to maybe even ask you, what's your name, love? Oh, she doesn't want to be a part, but she's from Scotland. She has the most wonderful accent that I've ever heard. She's amazing. But she's like, she kind of looks like, okay, you know the daughter on, like, The Incredibles? Like, with the hair over her eye? That's what she looks like, but she's very shy. So it's okay, love. Can you at least say hello so people can know how wonderful your accent is?
Hello.
There you go. So here's my question to you guys before we go to break. And the reason I ask this is we're kind of all from different eras. So I want to have fun with you before I get deep with you. Who is your favorite porn star of all time? Who was your favorite porn? Oh, the guy who's at 27 concussions is like, ask me first. Ask me first. Ask me first. Who was your favorite porn star of all time? This is Roosh.
Brianna Love.
Brianna Love. Tell me about Brianna Love.
Biggest ass, little titties, but when they fuck her good.
What would be her era? What time would she be at her best?
She squeals. She's like a little piggy. She's like,
Brianna Love. Kev, who is your favorite porn star of all time?
It has to be Pamela.
Who?
Pamela.
Pamela.
Who is this CJ?
You are like Borat. Who the fuck is... This is my sister.
Who is this CJ that we see in the Baywatch? CJ. It's got to be Pamela Anderson, man.
Oh, you like the Pamela Anderson, the Tommy Lee tape. Wow. All right, Dano, who's your favorite porn star?
Okay, so hold on. Like, not to be a dick, but we went to a couple fucking, like, porn.
Dude, I've been to 15 porn conventions.
All right, I have not been to that many, but Jenna, I met Jenna, and she's phenomenal.
Well, we had a great weekend with Jenna. We were at the Jenna and Tito party at the Palms in the Playboy Suite. Yes.
So, yeah, that was a hell of a fucking party that we cannot talk about right now. But Jenna's, like, up there as the most famous. But one girl that we met that I was like, holy shit. Like, this girl's cool, but she also did horrendous stuff. Chanel Preston.
Oh, my God. So, if you go back to an earlier episode of Roker Radio, where there was an episode of Roker Radio from that porno convention that's in Rosemont. And I broadcast from there, and Chanel Preston, we had her on the show. And I hadn't seen Chanel Preston stuff before then. And then I see Chanel Preston stuff. Holy shit. She's amazing.
Why are you looking at me?
Dude, like her asshole is like a Triscuit. I would lift the salt off of it. It was amazing.
I can't even talk about her because
She's fantastic.
it's just like free for all. Happy birthday.
She's pretty damn good. All right, this is Zach. Who's your favorite porn star of all time?
Man, there's so many. I'm gonna take it.
Jeff Stryker?
I'm gonna take it old school. Do you remember a Rockford native, Ginger Lynn? You remember her?
Ginger Lynn hit on me in the studio.
Oh, nice.
Ginger Lynn hit on me in the studio. She's like, oh, yeah, I'll take the big guy.
She's from Rockford.
I know she's from Rockford. Yep. She's old school. She's
Hey, can I give a shout out?
to
Hey, you know who we party with a lot? Because we worked at the radio station for a while.
Mary Carey.
Mary Carey. Mary, that was some fucked up nights with you and the Wolverine.
Mary, if you're listening right now, we love you. Mary Carey, you're one of our favorites. We love you so, so much. The problem is, once I get to know somebody, I can't watch them.
You can.
I can't watch Mary Carey. Dude, I've known like Ron Jeremy for like 25 years. I can't watch a Ron Jeremy movie.
We were at the porn convention at the after party with fucking Mary Carey and Ron Jeremy. The shit that happened, we can't even talk about right now. But one of these days we'll go into it. But it was like, holy shit, this is that lifestyle.
Mary, please shoot me an email, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Al Roker Jr. I love you. I hope you're doing well. I hope your mom is doing well. My favorite porn star, Kev has his hand in the air.
Well, I was just going to say, like, the Dance Like a Vampire video is very pornographic. Zach Z-Space.
That's a great way to get people to watch it. I love it. Go ahead.
I mean,
It's a pornographic.
it is.
It's a little dirty. It's a little dirty, so you need to watch it. And if people want to watch it, where can they go?
I mean, Zach did an amazing job. Derek,
If people want to watch the Dance Like a Vampire video, where do they go?
they can go to the Signal Launch website. It's on YouTube.
Go to the Signal the Launch website, Signal the Launch, and you can see the Dance Like a Vampire pornographic video. They hope you do that. My favorite is before all of your time. Her name was Vanessa Del Rio. She was like in the 70s, early 80s. This is back when I was watching On TV and Spectravision, and she's amazing, Vanessa Del Rio. So I just want to loosen you all up a little bit, ask you who your favorite porn star was, because when we come back after the break, it's going to get a little more serious because you guys have all grown up together. You guys are brothers, and I have a question that I want to ask you because we're all kind of in the same club, and I want to see where you're coming from is the same place that I'm coming from. Roker Radio.
Get ready. We're going to make this shit happen.
Get ready, Roker Radio. We'll be back. Stay tuned.
Long days spent like a vagabond, slowly waiting on the night to come around again. Listening Dance like a vampire. Dance like a vampire. Dance like a vampire. Dance like a vampire. Sweltering in my underworld, hold them countless hours for the night to come around again. Morning sun, so I save my power, hold them lonely days for the night to come around again, so I can dance like a vampire. Dance like a vampire. Dance like a vampire. Dance like a vampire.
Do you have a question or a comment? Send us an email to alrokerjr@prodigy.net. Now, once again, here's Uncle Al.
Roker Radio, Al Roker Jr. We're here at Sheffield's 3258 North Sheffield on the north side, not far from Wrigley Field, not far from Belmont. If you go to the Vic, you go to Wrigley, you're going to come here and you're going to have a great time. I'm here with Dano, I'm here with Kev, here with Roosh, here with Zach, and I have a question that I want to ask all you guys. And I've been hiding this question because you guys are brothers. And we're kind of all in the same club. And the club is that our father passed away when we were young. So my question for all of you is, what is the best advice your father ever gave you? What is the best advice your father ever gave you? Now, Roosh is going, come here. You want me to go to him first? Or you want to come to you first? Hold on.
You can totally go to him first. Because he heard shit that,
that you never even were privy to.
No, but I heard it later on. Listen, when my old man died, people came up to me like, your old man did this. And I was like, oh, my God.
I know, right? It's there's a big difference between husband, wife, father, son.
I'm going to look you in the eye. Bro, just remember this shit's on a recording. Just fucking remember this is on a recording. No, you tell him.
All right. So, Roosh, scoot in. So, you guys are brothers. So, Roosh, Dano, you're what, 8 years apart?
7.
7 years apart. You're what, 40?
I'm 42. I'm going to be 43 soon.
So you're 35, right? You're 35?
Yeah, 36.
36. Oh, shit, you're getting old. Okay, you guys both have the same father. Your pops passed away. How old were you when your pops passed away?
I went fishing with my dad, okay?
And you love fishing, by the way. How old were you when he passed away?
I was 23 when he passed away.
So when he passed away for Dano, he was 15, 16. What was the best advice that your father ever gave you?
He said that if you ever fall in love with a chick, it doesn't matter if you love her or you don't love her. He said you could be in love. You can think it's love, but it's not love. But it's love, it's not love, whatever. But listen, this is what he said. He said you could have children with any woman ever in your whole life, but you will never love them as much as you will love your kids.
I'm sorry, hold on. Let me get this straight. You can have children your whole life, but you will never love them for as much as you love your kids? Now, did your father have concussions as well?
Because any woman that comes into your life is like whatever, but your kids are your love.
Your kids are your real love. Not your wife. Your kids are your real love.
Your wife is not anything that you got to worry about.
Now, Kev, I have been golfing. Did you request Elvis in the backstage? This is Suspicious Minds, right? So, Kev, we have gone out. Oh, no, I don't know who the fuck this is. Not Elvis, but it's somebody. So, I've been out with your dad. We've gone golfing together. Your dad is still alive. He may still be giving you advice. What is the best advice that your father ever gave you?
Yeah, it's a good privilege to be still around and hanging out.
Oh, this is Hootie and the Blowfish, isn't it?
Some Hootie. It's amazing to hang out with your father when you're, old, right?
Right. When you get older, you get into this area of life where you can actually be learning life lessons, and Pops is still around, right? So, what is this? Third eye blind or some shit? I don't even know what this is. So what's the best? So your Pops is still around. Maybe he hasn't even given you the best advice he's ever given you. But up until this point, what is the best advice your father has ever given you? He's not listening to this show, so you can be honest.
As funny and as conservative as he could be, we grew up in a pretty liberal family, and just go for it. Get out there and do it, man.
Don't sit on your ass.
No holds barred. Just go. Do it. Take the risk. And, me and my brother and my other brothers, Rush and Dano, we go for it. There's no stopping. It's just you put yourself out there and you do it.
And I've been with you and your brother in Vegas, and you do go for it. Absolutely. So, Dano, same brother as Rush. Same father as Roosh, your brothers. What was the best advice that your father ever gave you? And you're 7 years younger.
My bro's an asshole. I don't even fucking know half the shit that he came up with. No, for real. Whatever the old man passed down, he passed down to my brother, and you know what? I'm very thankful because I only had my old man for 16 years, and you know what? Rogue, me and you fucking agree on a lot of this shit because you didn't have your Pops for that long.
15. Passed away when I was 15.
So the one thing I learned from the old man was, don't be taken advantage of. Don't be taken over as a pushover. And even though I was a really fucking nice, good kid, the bro had to instill the shit that my old man had. Because I was a good kid, man. It was sophomore year, junior year of high school, then my dad died. I didn't know life. I didn't.
Was he sick or did he die? I don't mean to bring this up, but was he sick or did he pass away suddenly?
No, it's all right, bro. I mean, my old man had cancer. He was fighting that shit. He fought some issues with like alcohol and stuff, and it scared the fuck out of us. I spent a lot of my like high school years in a hospital because he was battling all that shit, and the technology wasn't there. So I love my brother. I love Kevin because those were like my brothers that were around.
They were there at the same time.
But like I was a kid just like trying to grow up, and I didn't understand what was happening. So looking back on it, like I can't thank them enough for being there because when you're that fucking kid, you don't rationalize the stuff that's happening. But I learned through my brother that it's very powerful to understand that don't be taken advantage of. And one thing that me and you got to live in our like adulthood was do things as if you belong, act like you belong, and fucking don't let anybody get in your way. And if you let somebody get in your way, you fucking knock them out of your way because you're better than them. Because we deserve to be where we are. We fucking worked our asses off to where we are, and we are better than our competition. So we will always be superior to anybody that stands in our way.
That's why the old school mentality is over this new school mentality.
That's all right. I talk the same way when I'm fucked up. I try and get the words right, too.
But I'm not, like, fucked up. Like, between you and my brother, it was a lot of the stuff that I probably missed out on from, like, my old man teaching me shit. So from my brother being a hard ass, Kevin was always by my fucking heart. We have a buddy named Stevie B. Love you, Stevie. He was always a brother. And with you, Roke, like, I fucking love you guys. Like, between you four, well, the three of you, including me four, like, I learned adulthood. And I learned how to, like, don't fucking burn your bridges through you.
Well, you know what?
It taught me how to burn bridges really quick. But you taught
learn how to not burn bridges.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'll tell you, and my wife, Claire, I love you, baby. I love you, Claire.
I love you, Claire.
She lost her mom when she was 10, 11. And she ended up having to take care of the man that her mom married. And then he adopted her because it wasn't her natural daughter. And it goes back to you saying you learn how to grow up quick. You learn how to grow up quick. Now, look, Roker Radio, Al Roker Jr., if you don't know by now, I am not the son of Al Roker on the Today Show. It is my radio name. Okay? I'm not the son of Al Roker on the Today Show. It's my radio name. I just farted. I hope that doesn't smell. So my dad passed away. Stop it. When I was 15. And my mom and my dad were probably separated from when I was 10 and divorced from when I was 12. So I didn't get to spend as much time with them as I wanted to spend with them. And my dad told me several things. He said, the advice that I remember the most was, well, quick story. So my cousins were getting married. My mother's sister's daughter was getting married. My mother's sister passed away from cancer in the early 70s. So they all went to Boston My grandmother, my mother, my grandfather, they all went to Boston for her wedding. My mother and my father were divorced. They had Dad come to the house to watch over me for a week while everyone was gone. So while he was here, he was giving me advice, all kinds of shit. And he says to me, first bit of advice, he goes, wherever you are, act like you're supposed to be there. Because around that time, there were Robert Taylor homes and projects and all that kind of shit all around the neighborhood. And he goes, if you're ever in one of those places, act like you're supposed to be there. Don't be a fucking pussy.
Yeah, don't be a pussy.
So I remember that. And then he told me, he goes, son, you can stick your dick in a knothole. Marry a smart woman. Marry a smart woman. And let me tell you something. And I had learned over the years that my dad had stuck his dick in a lot of knotholes. He learned that shit by subtraction.
I would just say,
Yes.
everyone should dance like a vampire.
Oh, you're trying to promote shit. Zach is here. Go ahead.
The first one's for love, the second one's for money, is what I was.
The first, that's what your father told you.
Yeah.
The first one is for love, and the second one is for money.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you on your first one or your second one?
I'm still on the first one.
Well, maybe you get lucky, and the first one is still for love and money.
Thinking that it should have been in reverse. The first one should be for money, and then the second one for love, right?
For love. Dude, it's not easy. Let me tell you something. And I've told you this, and I've been married for 25 years. 25 years, and you're just saying 11 years. And this is what I say about marriage. I go, everyone that you have ever lived with in your life, you ended up hating. They moved out, you moved out, you couldn't wait to get away from them. Everyone that you ever lived with in your life, you either couldn't stand them or you moved away from them. It doesn't matter if it's a parent, if it's a girlfriend, if it's a whatever. The only person that you're ever going to live with and stay with for the rest of your life is your wife or your husband. And 50% of the time, that shit's not going to work out. So you better get it right.
Sleeping, they're vampires.
There we go. There. So you better get it right. So I tell all my friends, I tell you, get it right, get it right, get it right. And it all goes back to my dad going, you can stick your dick in a knothole. I didn't even know what a fucking knothole was. I still don't know what a knothole is. I don't think it's something I want to stick my dick in.
Do you tie a knot around your dick?
What?
Do you tie a knot around your dick?
Not often, no.
Hello, tight it up.
Oh, that's a knothole. So I've got rope typed around my dick. I could stick my dick in that, and if it's not a smart woman, I'm in trouble. So I love you, Clea. You're a smart woman. Believe me, there are other women that wanted to marry me, and I didn't do it. I didn't have anything I wanted to do with them. I love you. So that's what my father told me. I wanted to hear from you, Dano, and I want to hear from you, Roosh, because you guys are from the same father but different eras. So I want to hear if it was the same or it was from different. I know Kevin. Kevin's going to leave in and goes, dance like a vampire.
You got to talk to Z-Spang about that vampire video?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. So, speaking of dance like a vampire, Well, you guys do me a favor. Do everyone who's listening a favor. You could go into the studio. Will you play us a cut off of your EP, please?
Fuck yeah, bro. We got you. It's going to come up right after this this episode ends. We're going to give you a cut of our live interpretation of Dance Like a Vampire.
And if people want to get your EP or whatever, what do they do?
Hey, check us out on Spotify. We're on iTunes, but Spotify is easy nowadays. Check out our website, www.signaltolaunch.com, at Signal to Launch on Instagram, Facebook. We're all over that shit, but like, check us out. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think.
You guys are my brothers. Thank you very much. You're lucky. Dad never said anything to me about that, so I got white brothers and shit. Thank you very much. Kev, Roosh, Zach, Dano, Sheffield. Thank you so much. Roker Radio, alrokerjr.com, at Al Roker Jr., Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything. Talk to you next time, as always. Peace.